Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm back. The Sunday Debacle is back, and after a week of being gone, because I was in Vegas, baby, last Sunday, we're here today, and I gotta wait for my lovely wife Amanda to give me the thumbs up that I am coming across and that I am being heard, because it's important to be heard these days. A lot of us are not being heard, so as soon as she goes and gives me the thumbs up, we'll start rocking and rolling here. So, yep, she's there. She can hear me. So, awesome. All right, so before I start anything, let me adjust the camera here. You'll notice the stuff on the wall is gone. Well, it's gone because, like all of it, except for that, and a couple of the albums. A couple of the guitars that are still up on the wall, and that stuff, and of course the symbol that's there. Everything's gone because I'm in the process of moving my office. So this room, I've outgrown it. I need two desks. Really, I need a desk for this so that I can do more stuff that deals with my regular computer, and then of course I need my work desk, which is with all of that stuff. So we're in the process of moving it step by step, so that next week, when we get the 3-day weekend, we can move all the big stuff, the furniture. This will end up being the guest bedroom, because all you need when you stay here is a bed. Bed, place to put your toiletries. I need the bigger office. So if you come here now and you get the small bedroom, that's on you. Sorry. You have plenty of time to come here and enjoy the bigger bedroom. My sister, she's okay with it. It ends up being for her, so if she's happy, I'm happy. So anyway, so we were in Vegas last week. We saw the Dead. We saw Sammy Hagar play BG. It was hot as hell, right? Sunny. It was beautiful. And then we go and we get on a plane. We get back here, and it's raining for the next 3 days. And I go, Jesus, what happened? And it's sun, beautiful, and now it's raining. I said, and then I needed a topic. I'm like, boom, weather. Just makes sense, right? With everything that was going on weather-wise, it's like, I'm going to do the topic of the day is going to be the weather. So here's the rules, right? I'm going to say a song. It could be weather or weather-related, okay? Because not every song is going to talk about it's raining, it's sunny. There's going to be some other stuff. I'll give you some examples there. Make sure that you hit the reaction button so that I know you're here. See, like right now I got 4 viewers. I got 2 reactions. Come on, people. You're gonna go away as a viewer. I need to see those I need to see those reactions. I want to make sure that I get to see later on who was here, who was not, and if you guys are enjoying the content. So Scott says he was in Vegas once with a huge rainstorm. Bad news. That's what I heard while we were over in Vegas. They said that they'd just gotten some rain, a couple weeks before, and it's unusual for them. I'll tell you this personally. I love Vegas, and my wife loves Vegas, and if things work out, we're going to move to Vegas at some point. It's wonderful. We love it. So anyway, again, make sure you hit the reactions so that I know that you guys have been here. I know who's dealing with what, whether you like it, whether you hate it, whether you are laughing or crying, whatever. And Eric is coming, he's checking in, and he's just jumping in right off the bat. Who'll Stop the Rain? CCR, my favorite. Of all of the Rain tunes, I didn't put that one on there because I didn't want to go with it, but that is also my favorite CCR song, period. It's not just my favorite Rain song by them because they got a couple of Rain songs, right? But they got, but that one, and there's some when they do that part at the end, who'll stop the rain? Then there's a little ting on the cymbal, like on the bell. It's a little ting. I just love that. So Scott talking about Vegas says all that marble was wet, and that sand. And yeah, I could see where a big rainstorm up in Vegas could really suck for a while too, while all that stuff. Well, I don't know if it would suck for too long because that heat up there dry up just about anything pretty quick. But anyway, so Make sure that you guys are liking the video as we're going along. Give me a reaction. Again, like, hate, I don't care. Just let me know that you were here. Laugh, cry, be surprised, like, oh my God. You know, whatever it is. Whatever it is, just make sure you hit the reaction. Okay, Scott, coming up with a good one too. Cinderella with Long Cool Winter. Yes. Yes. Weather-wise, I'm including the seasons. So as I start going through my stuff, if you guys come up with some of the stuff that's season related, throw it on there. I'll make sure to give it a mention. By the way, Cinderella, one of my favorite hair band groups. So underrated. So underrated. And they're not really hair, and they got caught in the hair band explosion, but they weren't really a hair band. They were straight up rock and roll band. And it's a shame that they kind of got tossed in with them, and then ended up going down with all of those guys. All right, let's start. If you guys are ready, I am ready. My first one, and of course, like Bobby, what's up, Bobby? You know what? I'm dedicating my first song to my old buddy Bob France, aka Bobby Fresh, from back in my radio days. Him and I, we were on the air together. So my first one's going out to you. Hello, Diane. Songs about the weather. Make sure you hit the reaction. Okay, let's start it off. Little 1989. This was a platinum record, a #1 hit for this band. They should have gone on to some great, great things, but they were accused and found guilty of the diabolical crime of lip syncing. I'm talking about Milli Vanilli and Blame It on the Rain. Blame it on the rain, stars, something like that. Blame it on the rain. Whatever you do, don't put the blame on you. Blame it on the rain. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Had they have come out today, not only would they still be a recording force, but nobody would have gave half a crap that they lip sync. Nobody. So that's gonna be the first one. You guys who are out there, make sure you put up your weather songs, and we're including also songs that are seasonal. Okay, like Scott up there put Long Cool Winter by Cinderella. Let me give you my next one, and I'm going to include 2 songs by this guy because he went opposite, right? The one that I put was from 1971, right, from his debut album. Song ended up becoming 4 times certified platinum, right? And it is listed on the Rolling Stones top 500 songs of all time. I'm talking about Bill Withers and There Ain't No Sunshine. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. You guys know it, right? And you guys especially know it because of the famous I knows, 26 of them. And I know, 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 no, I know, 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 I know. 26. Somehow he wanted to put something else there, and they couldn't get the right words, and so he ended up just saying I know 26 times. It worked for him. The other one, which I didn't write down, but it made sense, instead of saying ain't no sunshine, he's embracing it. Bill Withers with the wonderful song Sunny Day, right? You guys know that. Sunny day, sunny day, sunny day, sunny day. That one, and you know, he does that incredible, oh, sunny day, and he just holds that note for 47 minutes long. It's amazing. But Bill Withers gave us 2. One where he didn't want any sunshine. He was like, the hell with this crap. The other one where it's like, hey, it's a sunny day. I'm going out. I'm enjoying the world. I'm enjoying life. Honey, really? Blame It on the Weatherman by Bewitched? What are we blaming? And the Weatherman is nothing. He just, no. See, Amanda's got this thing where she's obsessed with the weather. She does the weather app every we don't make a move without the weather app. Like we don't go to the bathroom without checking. Is it raining? Is it gonna be sweltering? So yeah, I'm not blaming anything on the weather, man. He just supports it, honey. No, no. Soul Shine. You know, Scott, I thought about putting that on. Soul Shine by Warren Haynes, also done by the Allman Brothers. I thought about putting that, but I didn't. But I love that song. But, for those of you who don't know it, look it up. Either by Warren Haynes, by Government Mule, or by Allman Brothers. He sings for all of them. But it's Soul Shine, better than the sun shines, better than the moon shine, damn sure better than the rain. Hey Caroline, my walls are bare because I am in the process of moving my office. It's going to be a week-long project, right? Because this is going to become my guest bedroom. My guest bedroom is going to become my office because it's got more space. So that's why I'm in it, and it's going to be a week long, right? We got to take everything down, and then we got to patch all the holes here and paint here. Then we got to do that in the other one, and then we'll move the furniture. This is going to be a long to-do, and I have to wait for a 3-day weekend, which is what's coming up. Let's go with the next one here. Said Scott. Well, you know Warren loves any place that's got a little bit of mountain vibes to it, country vibes. You know how those jam band people they take off their shoes and dance in the grass in the rain and that kind of stuff. So of course he loves Asheville. But Scott had mentioned Cinderella. We talked a little bit about the hairband stuff, right? And how Cinderella should have been rock, straight up rock, not hairband. This next band, it will never be confused with hairband. And this song came out in 1984. Right? It reached number 25. It's been used in several movies. Was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You'll know it as soon as I say the album title, right? It's off the album title, Love at First Sting. It's by the Scorpions, and it's Here I Am, rock you like a hurricane. You guys, I know you guys know that one. The thing I've always loved about that is that when he does that, Here I Am, rock you like a hurricane. Then he goes, I don't know what he says. I'll give anybody $1 if they know exactly what he says during that. Caroline, you could be my first guest if I ever had him. If you thought I'd be my first guest here, you wouldn't be the first, but you could be the first one in this room once this becomes the guest room. So hit me up, make plans. This is my wife, and we could do jam band stuff, being hippies. And anyway, let's get back to this. So Rock You Like a Hurricane by the Scorpions came out in 1984. I know you guys know that one. We're talking about songs about the weather, people. And let me get what you guys got to say. Put it in the comments, because that's what makes this interactive, and that's what makes it fun to see if you guys got stuff that I don't have on my list, or to see just to throw it out there, okay? And make sure that you're hitting the reaction button. Again, love it, hate it, laugh, cry, be surprised, the shock face, I don't care, whatever. Just throw it on and let me know that you're there. Amanda is throwing in her millennial, what's the word I'm looking for? Her guess. Her millennial contributions with Len, Steal My Sunshine. Great tune, by the way. Great tune. Amanda, if you're reading what Caroline says, we can go down to Asheville. I'd definitely love to visit you there. Next one, though. Now, these guys, a lot of you guys are going to laugh at me for this one. A lot of you guys might not even know this one. Again, we're going to go back to the late 80s, early 90s, the hair band. This pair of brothers got got this song, or this song from this pair of brothers helped this album make it to double platinum status. They are the children of a 50s icon. Ricky Nelson was their dad, and I'm talking about the band Nelson. And the song is After the Rain. Came out in 1990. This is one of those songs that if you remember it, really kind of a little cheesy, but you know what? Nelson was a band that rocked more than people would ever want to admit to. They had some great love songs that had a little bit of an edge to them. And again, had it not been for Beavis and Butthead and the Destruction, you know, that coupled with grunge is what doomed all of regular rock. Nelson probably would have had a better run and a stronger run. You guys could laugh at that if you want. Diane, okay, Diane. First of all, her daughter Daisy got on and says hi. Hi, Daisy. Hopefully you're doing good. But that came after Riders of the Storm by the Doors. Great song. Okay. But Daisy didn't say that song. Daisy's way too young to be listening to the Doors and some of that kind of like, you know. Mom and Dad's first concert in wheelchairs, Nelson and America. And then Caroline said, and that was Scott. Caroline said, I had the hots for Nelson. I was like 5th grade when they came out. In the 5th grade, you didn't have the hots for Nelson. You had a crush. You were crushing on him. You can't say you had the hots for him. Come on, Caroline. Go on. But I'm glad that some of you guys knew who Nelson was. And Daisy, if your mom's letting you listen to the Doors, tell her to dial that back a little bit. All right, let's wait till you at least in junior high school for that, or something along those lines. You're way too young to be listening to songs like Riders. No, Daisy said Adele's Set Fire to the Rain. That's a good one. That's a great. You know what? Adele's got such an incredible voice that I won't even attempt to sing that song, and I do know it, by the way. But she's got such an incredible voice. I don't think she gets enough credit when you start talking about the vocal divas that are out there. You know, the Whitney Houstons and the Mariah Careys and the Celine Dion's. I don't think Adele gets her name thrown up there enough, to be honest with you. I think she really should be getting her name up. You know. Okay, good. Good. It says that her daughter's only heard selective bits from the Doors. Very good. Scott, call me the Breeze. You know that's what my wife calls me every now and then. She calls me the Breeze. Love that song. That's some good Southern rock right there, son. Skyfall, also by Adele. I don't know if I'm going to include Skyfall. That's not a weather thing. I mean, it could be called roof fall or ceiling fall. I'm not going to include that one, Diane. I'm sorry, but I can't include that one. But I will include the Set Fire to the Rain, because that song is awesome, and it's talking about the weather, and it's talking about something that's a physical possibility, just setting fire to it. All right, keep those songs coming in the chats. Make sure that you guys are hitting the reaction button so that I know that you stopped by, whether it's the, again, like, dislike, happy, cry, shock, I don't care. Just hit it. Let me know that you're here or that you've been here. And we'll keep rocking and rolling here. I'm going to give you another one. Thunder. I knew you were going to put that one, Amanda. So Thunder, Imagine Dragons. And Amanda and I have this thing, whenever it thunders outside, we go around and it's like, thunder, thunder. From that stupid song. And I hate it. I hate when I hear it, but it's one of those like, ugh. Thunder Rolls. That's a little bit better. Stevie Ray Vaughan raining down in Texas. I would have also accepted Texas Flood from that. So Thunder Rolls, Garth Brooks, amazing song. Okay, my next one, I'm going with a group. Song was number 2. For them back in I believe it was 1971, right? Hit number 1 on the adult contemporary chart, right? Certified gold single, written by none other than Paul Williams, who wrote a lot of songs for this band, also for Three Dog Night. And it's Rainy Days and Mondays by the Carpenters. Yes, Karen and Richard Carpenter. Karen Carpenter, who was an amazing drummer, by the way. Look up videos of her drumming. Recorded this song before she was 21, and it became a big hit for her. It wasn't even their first hit, by the way. I believe it was like their 3rd or 4th hit. So she was already having hits before she hit 21. Another one taken too soon from us, who really did some incredible music back during the singer-songwriter times. You know, soft rock was a little bit more on the airs than it is now. Scott, REO Speedwagon, Riding the Storm Out. That's one of those songs that people don't realize is from REO Speedwagon. Great band, by the way. Diane, you get this. It's not in the title, but it's definitely weather related, and it's the Johnny Nash classic. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Great song. That was a song I didn't appreciate till I got older. I hated it when I was younger. Amanda's giving us Blown Away by Carrie Underwood. The only reason, what's up, Mike? The only reason I'm not accepting that one, honey, is because Carrie Underwood does too many songs where she's killing ex-boyfriends, ex-husbands. So I don't know if when she says blown away, she's talking about like the wind, or if she's talking about like actually executing an ex-lover. So I can't accept that one. Sorry about that, honey. But I will accept this next one by Garbage. I'm Only Happy When It Rains. Why couldn't I think of that song when I was making my list? That's another great song. I'm only happy when it rains. I'm only happy when it's pour your misery on me. That's Shirley Manson for sure. Who, by the way, I believe is only 3'6". She's that small. Let's go on with my next one. And this one, when I was talking about we're going to include seasons and all that kind of stuff, this was a song that made me kind of expand it. And it's by the Lovin' Spoonful. 1966 is when this was certified gold, number 1 hit. And it's Summer in the City. And the reason that I love this song is because this song puts an image of your head. And if you've ever grown up in a city, I grew up in New York, but if you've ever grown up in a city, this song captures that heat and that just there's no other way than just to say you know, hot time, summer in the city, back in my neck, dirt and gritty. You know, it's like, yeah, you can feel that. You can feel that sweat coming up on your neck and that just So I think that song represents weather really well. Diane's giving Ike, who just checked in, is giving us Singing in the Rain. Diane with Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That's a beautiful song. Ike coming back again with Hazy Shade of Winter. Are you talking about the Simon and Garfunkel original or the Bangles? Knowing your age, you're definitely talking about the Bangles, which is a great tune. Scott, Snowblind, Black Sabbath. You know, there's 738 different versions of a song called Snowblind. and none of them deal with snow. They all deal with cocaine. So, in all fairness, I just said, "Dah," and I didn't include any of the snow blinds because I thought about it. I was thinking more of the one off of Ace Frehley's solo album, also off of Styx from Paradise Theater. It's on that. But yeah, and obviously Sabbath. But I had to put a kibosh on the snow blinds. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, Diane. It's not about the weather. It's more a little bit about, little bit of the nose candy. The nose candy is what I'm talking about. So let's move on to the next one here as we turn the page. This one came out in 1980. Took 12 years to write. So what happened was the singer at the time sang a couple verses into his recorder in the late 60s, 1968. Joel, what's up, brother? We'll get to that one. Trust me. So he did a couple verses in the late 60s and then lost the recorder. Fast forward to the late 70s, he finds it, hears it, starts coming up with some more lyrics, updates it. 1980, we get the number one country song. This song actually, 1981, we get the number one hot country, number one on the Hot Billboard 100, and number one adult contemporary. Hit number one on 3 different charts. I Love a Rainy Night, Eddie Rabbitt. What an amazing song. Didn't know that it hit number one on 3 different charts at the same time. That's amazing. And you guys know, right? I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night, right? You guys know it? Some of you guys know? Yeah, of course. Diane is giving us Thunderstruck. Joe's giving us MacArthur Park. Give me a second with that one, Joe. Amanda came back with Mr. Blue Sky by ELO off of their out of their Blue album. How I did not think of that song while I was staring at the ELO poster from the concert last year that we saw last year. I have no idea, because that is a great song. Now, Joel, you joined in a little bit late, I'm assuming. So we're talking about weather-related songs with some kind of weather stuff in their title. Only reason I wouldn't accept MacArthur's Park is because of it doesn't, unless you know the song, it doesn't let you know anything about there being any kind of weather, you know. MacArthur's Park is melting in the dark. All the something icing flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain. So that doesn't really, you got to get really into the song before you start figuring it out. But I will accept this one, the Rain, the Park, and the Other Things by the Councils. Good call. Ike throwing out there When the Levee Breaks. I you know what? I'm going to accept that one. I'm going to accept When the Levee Breaks, because it's dealing with flooding, right? Right? If it keeps on raining, the levee's gonna break, right? So yeah, I know, and Joe, yeah, I know someone left the cake out in the rain, but then that should have been the title of the song, The cake, it's a lot longer than MacArthur Park. I don't understand what the cake has to do with MacArthur Park, though. You name the song about the park, but you're complaining about the rain ruining the cake. I don't know. But I do like the Rain, the Park, and the Other Things, which has, by the Councils, which has the rain, the park, and it's got a bunch of other things. So I like the way you tied all that up. I don't know if you intended to tie it up together, but you did that really nicely with that back-to-back combo. The next song, number 8 on the list, an amazing song. For those of you who like Motown, this is an amazing Motown song. Came out in 1967. It hit number 4, but here's the tragedy about this song. The writer of this song had just gone through a breakup. I believe he was going through a divorce. Either way, whether it was his wife or it was his girlfriend, it was a breakup that was so devastating. He wrote this song. He wrote another song, and then he committed suicide. He committed suicide just before the song was released. Song was going to hit number 4 again by the Temptations, and it's I Wish It Would Rain. Oh, how I wish that it would rain. What a beautiful song. And it goes in line with the song that I got next, which was a 1972 hit, number 5 by the Dramatics, called In the Rain. I'm gonna go outside in the rain. Both of those songs deal with a man who's too ashamed to show his emotions. And so he's begging the powers that be. He's begging God to let it rain, begging Mother Nature to let it rain, so that he could go outside and he could cry. He could let out his heartache, and nobody would know, because obviously, they're all going to think it's the rain hitting his face and not thinking that he's hurt, that he's in pain. So both of those songs were songs that really jumped to me, and they jumped to a portion of me back in a certain life that I had, where I was really depressed, and I wouldn't let people know it. And there were times when I wish that it would rain. So I can't give you the record of Edmund Fitzgerald, because the title doesn't even tell you that it was because of the rain, the storm. So I can't. It just says it wrecked. It could have been from a torpedo. I don't know. But yes, it is from rain. And Caroline, living down in Carolina, says she knows all about floods and levees breaking. Yeah, hopefully things are getting better out there. They're finally taking care of you guys. And Amanda, not talking about the rain, but talking about something to protect you from the rain. The umbrella, Ella, from Rihanna. Joel, jumping in again. Hurricane, Neil Young. I can't. And you know what? I looked at that one because because after, of course, the initial run of the rain songs and the sunshine songs, I wanted to start to get some storms, some kind of things like that. And I looked at Hurricane. That's about the boxer. So, and the injustice that was done to the boxer. Great song though. And I don't think it's, wait. Oh no. I'm sorry. I just noticed Neil Young. The Hurricane that I'm thinking is Bob Dylan. And the Neil Young one is You Are Like a Hurricane. Something like that, right? Or You're in Love. I can't remember the exact words, but yeah, no, you're right. You're 100% right with that Hurricane. Right. I was thinking of Bob Dylan one. Yep. No, I said wrong. I admit I was wrong. The Hurricane that you're saying from Neil Young, is about is about a woman and her love being like a hurricane where he gets blown away. Yep. No, I agree with that one. The Bob Dylan one is a negative. Wow, you people just throwing out. There's storm in your eye. Yep, I get it. Lightning Crashes from Amanda, throwing that one on there all summer long from Kid Rock. There's storms in your. Oh no, that's it. It's going on here. Making sure that I catch up with everybody. What's up, John? We're talking about songs about the weather. Make sure, John, and everybody else, that you were giving your reactions there. Like, cry, surprise, hate. I don't give a shit what you do. Just make sure that you hit a reaction so that this way, when I go back to try to calculate how this is going, I can see how many of you checked in. So we got the 2 songs about crying in the rain. How come every time I say hit a reaction, I feel like somebody takes away a reaction? There you go. Okay, thanks. Get it back up for 7. Here's a song that kind of goes along with the In the Rain stuff. It was a number 4 hit for Jonathan Edwards back in 1971. And it's a song called Sunshine. And essentially what the guy's doing in this song, sunshine, go away today. I don't feel much like dancing. Some man's come, some man's gone. Essentially said, fucked up my life. That's essentially what he said. He doesn't use those words, right? Anyway, but that's a song where the guy's, it's a beautiful day outside. The guy's like, yeah, he's being a curmudgeon. He's like, yeah, go away. I don't need you. I just beat it. I come back later. I'll be in the mood. Right now, I'm not in the mood. Caroline with Purple Rain. How classic was it Prince during the Super Bowl halftime show when he started to sing Purple Rain and it started to rain? How classic of that is one of the reasons why no Super Bowl halftime show will ever be bigger than Prince. It's just at the end, it's like God was part of his part of setting up the show. Mother Nature was sitting there, and and they're sitting there. Okay, cue the spotlights and cue the rain. It was amazing. What do you mean it sucks, John? Are you kidding me? Purple Rain, Prince, the rain happening during the you couldn't plan that any better. Joe, Rainy Day Women, isn't it number 12 and 32, or number 32 and 12 or something like that? Right? For those of you who don't know it, it's also AKA They'll Stone You. They'll stone you when you try to be so good. And they'll stone you just like they said they would. I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get stoned. I don't know why he called it Rainy Day Women number. Again, it's 2 numbers, like number 32 and number 12, some shit like that. I can't include it, even though it's a fun song. You know what? Eventually, I'm gonna do songs about drugs. That's it, number 35. Eventually, I'm gonna do songs about drugs. Bring that one out. Just because he says everybody must get stoned. Amanda, going back to our childhood with It's a Sunshine Day by the Brady Bunch. And anybody over 40 years old, I know right now you smiled even though you don't want to, because you all remember the Brady kids singing It's a Sunshine Day. And you also remember the Brady kids singing When It's Time to Change, when Peter was going through puberty and his voice was changing, and they incorporated his voice cracking into the song. When it's time to change, when it's time to change. Remember that? Everybody remembers that. So, okay, Joel mentioned the song earlier. I'm coming back to it right now. Okay, a big worldwide hit for the band, 1993, I believe, 83. I wrote down the wrong year. It was a number 1 Billboard dance chart for the band. It was this song ends up in the top 50 of every LGBTQ best of list. And it's by the Weather Girls. It's Raining Men. Hallelujah. It's Raining Men. Amen. Yes. Big hit for them. Big hit. And it's a song that's still recognized today. Let's see what we got here. Michael Fiorente has a song, right? I can't leave the chat. Uh, he's got Hellfire, which I would, or Yellfire. I would. That's the only one that I could think of offhand. Rainmaker. Joel comes in with the best. John says Justin Timberlake covering Prince was the best cover at a Super Bowl ever. Prince didn't cover Purple Rain. Prince wrote and sang and recorded Purple Rain, so it's not a cover. Thank you very much. And also, Prince's performance at the Super Bowl halftime show was the best performance of anybody at a Super Bowl halftime show, hands down, including Justin Timberlake, who almost ruined it for everybody by deciding to let everyone see Janet Jackson's nip. And you have to really, unless you recorded it, T-bowed it, or whatever, nobody saw it. I don't know what the big hubbub about it was, honestly. It was, but yeah. You guys are doing great with some of these songs, man. I'm surprised that we're not getting more season songs. And I got a couple that'll be coming down here toward the end of my list. But we did get Summer in the City, and we got another one all the way at the beginning. I can't remember which one it was. So my next song wasn't a hit for this guy. However, I'm not wrong, John. I'm not wrong. I'm sorry. The song wasn't a hit for this guy who was a lead singer of a band that went out solo for a little bit. However, I think that it is such a beautiful example of his voice. The singer, Chris Cornell, who in 1988 had an album called Great Expectations, and this was one of the singles released from that song. From that album. It's called Sun Showers. And it is such an incredible, to me, an incredible example of his vocals. Just so beautiful. If you get a chance, look it up on YouTube, look it up on Spotify. It is such a beautiful example of his voice. One of the most incredible voices of contemporary rock singers. Scott, hold on. First, Joel with "I'll Follow the Sun." How did it take us this long to get a Beatles song out here? I've been doing this almost 45 minutes, and right now, we just got "Here Comes the Sun." Is another one? The Sun. What is it? Sun King? Is that what it is? One of the short songs off of Abbey Road. So I can't believe that. But "I'll Follow the Sun." Great one. Terry Jacks, "Season in the Sun." Come on. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. I don't know if the guy was on death row and getting ready to die, or if the guy had a terminal disease. Because as he's saying goodbye to everybody, I guess like he's talking about his mom. "Goodbye, Mama, it's time to die. With all the birds are chirping in the sky." It's like, what do you mean it's time to die? And there were songs that came out in the early to mid 70s, and there were songs at that time where, guys were getting killed. Guys were doing something and they were getting killed. You had the Bee Gees, who had oh my God, I had the name of the song. It's a song where he's going to death row. He's on death row. Well, I gotta get a message to you. There it is. The Bee Gees, "I gotta get a message to you." Well, the preacher turned to me and he smiled. He said, Come and walk with me. Come and walk one more mile. Talk about the last, And then there's another song, Indiana Wants Me. The cops are out there. A bunch of songs at that time. So when Seasons in the Sun came out, I didn't know if it was somebody on death row who was getting ready to die, somebody had a terminal illness. I had no idea. All I know is that he was dying, and he was coming to terms with it, and he was saying goodbye to everybody. That's all I know. What do we got? We got Seasons Change by Expose. That's, you know what, honey? That's more my high school experience than yours. I can't believe I didn't get that one. Because every girl in high school loved that song. Seasons change, people, whatever the hell it is. I don't know, but yeah, that's a good call right there. And who gave you the shock face? Caroline did. So Caroline knows that song too. Summertime Blues by Scott. Take your pick. Who was it? Was it Eddie Cochran did it first? The Who did a version. Blue Cheer did a version. I love Blue Cheer's version because when it comes to the guy supposed to talk, you just get guitar feedback. It's hysterical. It's awesome. Summertime Will Smith. That's right. Good call there, huh? Let's see. Let's get to the next one. By the way, guys, make sure, I got to keep saying it because I know a lot of you guys come on here and you check in and you don't say anything. What's up, Brian? Make sure that you're hitting the reaction, please. Like it, love it, cry about it, scream about it. Just make sure that you're hitting it so that later on I can go and see who's participating or who at least stopped by and let me know that they stopped by. Let's see, where are we? Summertime Blue by Scott got that. Summertime by Amanda. Brian checking in with Chris Cornell, Seasons. I just did Chris Cornell's Sun Shower, which was, if you know Seasons, then I know you definitely know Sun Shower. What an amazing vocal performance by Chris Cornell on that song. Summertime, Sly and the Family Stone. And I had my Sly autograph up on the wall. How did I, wait, Summertime. No, it's Hot Fun in the Summertime. Hot Fun, that's it, yep, but it's Sly and the Family Stone. Great call there, Joe. Next one came out in 1982. What do we got here? Inclusive. Okay, this is one of the songs where we're talking about the weather as a symbol, right? It's a country song. To me, it's a great song. It's by John Anderson's song called Seminole Wind. Blow, blow, Seminole Wind. Blow like you're never gonna blow again. Some shit like that. And but it's a great song, and it's he's talking about the damage that we're doing to the environment in that song, which is funny because I'd known that song obviously since it came out, and I never knew it was an environmental song. Never knew it was an environmental song, but a great song nonetheless. So as always, all of the songs that I come up with, and that the people come up, that you guys come up with here on the in the chat, I always encourage people to go back, look through them, check out the songs. Hopefully, when we do this, I got enough people who throw out enough songs that you guys will hopefully get turned on to something new. Scott does it, Joel does it, Brian does it, Ian does it. I said Amanda does it. I mean, just a lot of people throwing on some great songs here that I hope you guys really do check out. I really hope that you do. Why are the walls naked? Okay, so I'm changing. For those of you who are just tuning in, see, a reaction went down. It was at 10. Why is it at 9? Guys, if you put in a reaction, you got to leave it there. You can't be taking it away. Ike. I said I meant to say Ike. The walls are naked because I am going to be switching my office to the guest bedroom to the office. So it's going to be a week-long process. So it started with The wall's coming. The wall's coming down. Scott, Summer Breeze, great song. Summer breeze makes me feel fine, blowing like the jasmine in my mind. Now, 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 now. Yes, great song. And done originally by Shields and Croft. The typo negative version, unexpected, but I really did like it. Let's see, another song which uses weather and weather-related events as metaphors is the 1973 song by Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band off the album "Greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey," and it's called "Lost in the Flood." And this song, it's a great song. It tells three stories in it, and it's always about something tragic happening, right? And it's getting lost in the tragedy of what's around you, right? And how and someone said that it was at the time Springsteen was doing a lot of these types of songs where there was overwhelming despair, grief, those kind of feelings in his songs, but there was always some hope, right? There was always some hope that things are going to be okay, you know? And that song's a great example of it. If you guys don't know it, give it a listen. It's a great song. So I want to make sure, again, that you guys are hitting the reaction button so that I know that you guys are you know, that's the way I know you guys are checking in. Okay? Like the Weather by 10,000 Maniacs. Brian, I don't think I know that one. I'll be honest with you. I might have to look at it. You know what? And that's also why I like doing this. You guys turn me on to some songs that I either don't remember or that I never knew, like the Weather, like 10,000 Maniacs. I was never a big 10,000 Maniacs fan, so I'll look into that one. Now, this last song is going to represent a group of songs, and it all deals around December. Okay, I'm not going to say it's around Christmas, because even though the song is associated with Christmas and associated with the Christmas holiday, it is not a Christmas song. Joel, before I even say this song, Fire and Rain, James Taylor. That's one that should have automatically came to my mind, and it did it. And it's a great tune. But this song, again, various people have had hits with it. Song was originally written in 1945. Became a hit for Frank Sinatra in 1950. Became a hit for Dean Martin in 59. Became a hit for Bing Crosby in 62. It became a hit for Michael Bublé in 2001, and a bunch of other people. It's called "Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow," and it's written by Sammy Kaye, 1945. And here's the kicker with that song. He wrote it in the middle, I think it was in the middle of summer. He was out in California. It was hot as hell. And he just wrote it about wishing he was cooler. Like, let it snow. I'm freaking dying over here with this heat. And if you notice, if you ever listen to the song, nothing about Christmas. Another song like that, Baby It's Cold Outside. Associated with Christmas, but there's no Christmas in it. Essentially, guy, girl's like, I can't stick around. He's like, come on, honey, look, it's cold. It's a freaking blizzard going out there. God forbid something happens to you. What are people going to say about me? You know? So yeah, honey, you just threw me off. California dreaming. What is that got to do with the weather? It's got to do with the state. I can't allow that one. I'm sorry, honey. I love you and everything, but that's a no. And right in the middle of me talking about Baby It's Cold Outside, then you come up with California. They're not even tied in together. I don't understand that one. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, at the end here, we're coming up with a couple Christmas, call them a couple of holiday songs that are known for being part of the holidays, but yet you could really play those songs at any time of the year because they don't mention Christmas. So if you want to hear "Let It Snow" right now, if it's 235 degrees where you're at, and you want something, you want a song that kind of makes you think about, hey, let me cool down a little bit. I'm dying over here. I'm dying. The heat over here. I'm dying. Let it snow, and nobody, and correct them if they say anything. If they say, hey, that's a Christmas song. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a song about cooling down. Time for Little River Band, Cool Change. Time for a cool change. All right, guys. Alice in Chains, Rain When I Die. That's a deep cut. Way to go with the deep cut there, Brian. I was trying to really think of some grunge songs, and I really couldn't come up with any that. I'm sure there's plenty of them, but I couldn't come up. Scott, House of the Rising Sun. Nah, I'll give it to you because it's the sun. Yeah. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. Great song. Animals did the version that I know. California Dreaming on Such a Winter's Day. Honey, I can't allow it. If I allow that, then I gotta go back and I gotta allow the record of Edmund Fitzgerald. I gotta allow MacArthur's Park. I can't. You gotta know the song in order to know that there's it's in order to what do you call it? You gotta know the song in order to know that it's about that it could be weather related. Okay, Brian, why is it weird me calling you by your government name? I can't remember the last time I called you Sasquatch, which is Brian's nickname, by the way. Most people know him as that, but November Rain, Guns N' Roses. That's a good call. That's a good one. Frigid Pink's version, the best of which song, Joel? I'm not sure. I know that person. Or that person's version of whichever song you're talking about. I don't know if it's California Dreaming or if it's House of the Rising Sun or if it's even November Rain. Who knows? But do me a favor, let me know. Yeah. So that's it. I know that there's got to be some more weather songs, and normally this is the time when I start looking around. I got nothing. I do. Looks Like Rain, or House of the Rising Sun by, is that Fjord Pinks? I gotta look up that version of it. About, what's in my head right now is It Looks Like Rain by the Grateful Dead, which is it's a beautiful song, written by Phil Lesh, for his dad, as his dad was dying. What a great song, and we just got to hear the Dead and Company. So yeah, amazing. So, all right, guys. I hope you guys have fun with this stuff. I know I missed it. Last week. It's good to see a lot of you guys participating. I know half you guys have not hit the reaction button. I know. I got 94 comments. They were from more than 9 people. So come on, guys. Make sure that you hit the reaction button just so that I know who was here. I appreciate it. As always, I appreciate you guys. Boys of Summer, great song. But we all know that when you talk about the Boys of Summer, you talk about baseball. Those are the Boys of Summer. But that's a great song, Don Henley. Um, but yeah, I think that's about it. As always, I appreciate you guys coming over. I appreciate you guys participating, throwing in your throwing in your songs, getting my mind uh, working with it, thinking about it. I love talking music, as you guys know, and I love when you guys participate and talk about music. Oh, just dawned on me because of the symbol. How could I forget this? And this, of course, is a weather event. Eclipse, dark side of the moon. Come on. Even though, of course, there's no mention of the eclipse, right? Uh, I'm still gonna count it because it's my favorite album. Anyway, I love you guys. I will be back again next week with a I don't know, maybe I'll come up with maybe a summer topic, maybe a holiday topic, uh, maybe a barbecue topic. I don't know what I'm gonna do next week. I do know that I will be here 6:45 ish. Um, uh, Joel, are you asking me if I'm not gonna let the Boys of Summer, or you're not gonna let Eclipse? Is that what you're saying, Joel? I'm waiting on your answer. I know it takes a couple seconds before you hear me, and then for you to type. But are you telling me you're not gonna let Eclipse? And if you're not, is this because of the whole MacArthur Park? Come on, Joel. Anyway. And yes, honey, I know that you love the weather. Okay, and this is because he comes. All right, you know what, Joe? Fine. 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 All right. All right. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have fun. And I'll be back again next week. So please make sure on your way out that you hit the reaction button, for the love of God. Come on, people. 100 comments. I had nine reactions. Help me out here. All right. I'll talk to you again next week. So until then, take care. God bless to my children. Don't forget, Daddy loves you. And Paisley on, dudes. See you next week. Bye bye.